Hi, I'm Chef Pete here in Harris Teeter's kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to roast an eye round of beef. We're going to do what we call a spice roast beef and vegetables. First I want to start off with the vegetables. We have some diced Idaho potatoes and carrots. Fairly similar in size the way we dice them. Very important because they're going to cook pretty even and at the same pace. So you want to keep them all at that same size. We're going to take these, mix them together. Just throw in a little bit of olive oil. We're going to mix that around. Coat them evenly. Then we're going to throw a little salt in there. Season them up real well. Now potatoes are like a sponge when it comes to salt, so you want to put a decent amount of salt in here. So we're going to place this in the pan. We've got an oven that's preheated at 350 degrees. I'm going to put a little cracked black pepper on here. Okay. And then we're going to take this and place it in the oven. Okay, so while those are in the oven, starting to cook, we're going to prep our meat. So again, we have an eye round of beef. Coming out of the round section, it's a in-between tough and tender piece of meat. So for this, we're going to be doing a few different, say, North African spices, and also some slivered garlic. So we're going to take a knife, paring knife here, and we're going to poke some holes into the meat, and we're going to want to put the slivered garlic into those holes and push it down in. So that's going to get real tender. The garlic's going to cook down while it's roasting, and that flavor is going to get into that meat. Then we're going to want to put a little bit of olive oil on the outside. So you can use your hands here. Just spread the olive oil around. Coat it evenly. You don't have to put too much on there. This is going to help that spice adhere to it. And it's also going to help it brown a little bit more when it's in the oven. Just that added little extra fat that's on there. Okay. So now the spice blend we have here is some cumin, some coriander, a little bit of salt, pepper, ginger, and cayenne. Lots of different flavors. Really remind you of being in, say, Morocco or Tunisia. They use a lot of these spices. A lot of these bold flavors. They really pop when you're eating them. So yeah, put this on. And again, the oven's at 350. You could roast this at a lower temp, a little longer, but this cut tends to do well at about an hour and 10 minutes at a 350. Okay, now that our veggies have been in the oven for about a half hour, they're going to act as the bed for the meat, or the rack. So we're going to take this meat, which has also been sitting out, say, for almost 45 minutes, and it's been resting or actually warming up. We're going to take that meat, and we're going to lay it on top of these veggies. Then we're going to place this back in the oven. And it's probably going to take about an hour and 10 minutes for this roast to cook to a nice medium rare, 130 degrees. Okay, the roast has been in for about an hour. About 130, 132 degrees here. So now the next important part of the roasting process is going to be letting that roast rest. So these veggies need to go a little bit longer. So we're going to remove the roast, set it aside. We're going to cover it and leave it in a warm place. It's going to want to rest about 10 minutes, which is about all it's going to take to finish off these vegetables. Okay, the vegetables are ready. Roast is rested for about 10 minutes. So all we're going to do is finish off the vegetables with some chopped cilantro. Just sprinkle them on. Mix it in real good. Then we can lay them out on the plate. And then the meat, which is sitting there resting, you know, when it comes to roasting, it can sit for a half hour. You're better off leaving a roast sit for a half hour and then cutting it and eating it on the cooler side than cutting it into it too early. And again, I talked about how the eye round of beef actually comes from the round area, fairly tough compared to other cuts like the rib eye or the tenderloin. So you're going to want to slice this a little bit on the thinner side, maybe an 1/8 inch thick to a 1/4 inch thick. So you want to use long strokes with the knife Try to use that whole knife. The longer the knife, better it is. Okay. It's got a nice medium rare look to it. I'm Chef Pete here in Harris Teeter's kitchen, and here we have spiced roast beef with vegetables. Enjoy.